Hi everyone, so I am making this video on my cell phone and I wanted to just talk a little bit about meal prepping and meal planning. I know that when we first opened the group, a lot of people had questions or concerns about meal prepping. They didn't understand how to meal prep, and I don't think that meal prepping is really the issue. I think it comes down to planning, because prepping is just batch cooking. It's having a plan and knowing how many of each portions or each proteins you need and batch cooking it, period. But in order to do that, you have to have a plan, and a lot of people don't plan, and so that's why I'm making this video. So as you can see on my laptop, I am on the Team Beachbody website, and I am already logged in, and so I'm going to go to Beachbody On Demand, which is on the left here. And then what should open up is all of your program options at your fingertips. Now this is your workouts. This is also all those nutrition guides. Like, everything is on Beachbody On Demand. But since we're talking about meal planning and prepping, the queen of the container system is Autumn. So I always go to 21 Day Fix, and that's where I'll find the materials I need as far as planning or prepping. So what you'll do is you'll click on Program Materials, and if you scroll down a little bit, you will get to the eating plan, and scroll a little bit further. Now this is where it all begins. This is where you need to figure out how many containers you are set to have. If you're not following the container system, then you are wasting all that money you spent, because the portions are everything. It's one of the things we as coaches follow. And so please calculate this and figure out which container system you follow. For me, it's Plan A. So I have basically taken a sheet of paper and I have written down what I can have: 4 reds, 3 greens, 2 yellows, 2 purples, and so on. I have that listed at the top. My meals are separated into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have snacks in between, and shake also counts as a meal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals a day. However you want to say it, meals, snacks, whatever, it's 6. That way I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours. That way I'm keeping my metabolism chugging. That's just what's worked for me. And for some people, they just like to have 3 times they eat. And if that's how you do it, then that just means you'll have to separate your containers out a little less. But for the time being, I'll show you how to do it. So 4, I always start with base. And for me, the base of a meal is protein. So luckily I have 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I know I want to put a red here, I want to put a red here, and I want to put a red here. And lucky for you, you guys are on Shakeology, so that is an automatic red. That is an automatic red. I mean, it's easy, it's done. And what I do is I tally it up top. So then let's go back up to my computer here. So once you've figured out how many containers you can have, then if you go to the food list, which again, this is under 21 Day Fix, and then I went to Program Materials, and then if you scroll down, you go to Food List, click on that, and this will be the next thing you will look at. It has a list of everything, 1 page, and I pick from it. I pick what I like. So for anyone who has followed me for a long time, you know that I love eggs. Eggs are my favorite, and so I automatically know that eggs are going to be for breakfast. It's just like, it's just a non-negotiable. So there, eggs. That is a red. Again, I can put a tally for red. What's an easy way to get rid of a green? I'm not a person that likes to eat a lot of green. I like to kind of hide it in if I can. And so I like to put either broccoli or spinach in my eggs. It hides it. I can eat it quicker. I don't have to suffer through it. So let's just say that'll be spinach, because green spinach is listed cooked or raw. So I'll use 1 green container for breakfast. So I've got 1 green. Alrighty, so then I'm going to figure out what's another base that I love out of the red section, which would be my protein. What would I not mind having for lunch? Let's say it is, you're not a big lunch eater. Maybe you have a busy day and you're like, you know, I don't really want to have time to sit down and eat. Then you can scroll on down and look through the list and see something that's not cookable. Let's say it's Greek yogurt. So then you can either put, so for lunch you can do Greek yogurt. That is yet another red. So up at the top I will tally and that'll be red. So look, I'm already running low on the red. So I just need to pick one more base. A lot of people like to get home and they like to chow down. So maybe you'll go to your red section and pick something that's a little bit more sturdy, like chicken or steak. So let's just go big or go home. Let's put steak. That is a red. And there I have maxed out on my reds. So then from there, I still kind of go down the list. I think the next thing that goes with protein is usually a veggie, right? So I'll try to pick something off of the green list to go with, to kind of fill in the blanks. So most people have a protein with some type of veggie. So let's say you don't mind a side of broccoli. That is a green, and therefore there's another green right there. So I have one more green to go. I don't think there's any green that goes with Greek yogurt, right? So usually I'll pick something that's like snackable from the green list. There is, let's see here. Let's see. I like, cherry tomatoes. That seems like a winner to me. I like to chomp on those. Some people like some celery as a snack. So instead of putting the green, your veggie with lunch, you can use it as a snack. So do celery or do cherry tomatoes. But either way, take up that snacking option. And there we go. I have my 3 greens. That's out of the question. Some people like celery with PB. If you're doing peanut butter, where does peanut butter fall under? Peanut butter is under those wonderful spoons section. So you could do celery with PB. Yep, which is a spoon. Do you like my spoon? And we have marked off a spoon. So basically you are going down a list and you have to build your meal plan off of your likes. You have to build it off of this wonderful list of options. If you say, I'm not that creative, Ash, like I just don't think I can do it, fine. That's okay. Because again, I told you that Beachbody On Demand has 50 million workout programs, and with each of these programs, let's say Shift Shop, if you click on there and you go to program materials, it has the nutrition guide with it. So if you click on the nutrition guide, you open it up and you scroll, basically majority of all the eating plans are the same as far as what's on the food list, but if you scroll down to the end of each program's nutrition guide, most of them will give you, like literally pass you a meal plan and say, here, you don't want to be creative, then here, this is what you'll follow. And if for some reason you don't care for salmon, let's say here on the dinner option, if you don't like salmon, then find a red on that list and swap it out for steak or chicken. Let's go to, and then if you keep on scrolling, they give you ways to cook your proteins. They give you really unique ways to cook your veggies. All of our nutrition guides usually have a meal plan at the end of it in different recipes, and they'll even give you the containers to use, and so you can mark those off of your tally sheet. Okay, so then once you've come up with your meal plan, then you just have to multiply it times 5, and that's how much you're prepping for. Whether you choose to separate it out into containers and make it pretty like I do, I'm a grab and go type of girl, you don't have to, but at least you have all of your stuff baked, grilled, boiled, whatever, and ready to go so that you can just grab, go, eat, and have a successful week. But it all starts with a plan. All right, so make it your goal to just sit down and take 30 minutes out of your day and write down that plan, because nutrition is where it's at. That's the base of it. You can sweat all you want to, but if what you're eating is not right, then you won't get very far very fast. And we want results. So if you have any questions, just post it below in the video. Bye, guys.